And we've been loving chatting to Merce and Christian. Christian, I have to get your thoughts on this, because if that Mark Gahey deal goes through for Liverpool, we're looking at them having spent around £450 million in a single window. Now, I know you know the Fenway Sports Group from your time at the club. Tell me about their makeup and what they would make of this window. Will they see it as a success?
Oh, most definitely. I think it's absolutely fascinating. For most of their time in charge, which is now over 15 years, they've run a balanced transfer budget, basically outs paying for ins, very successfully and being very competitive. But I think it's fair to say we're seeing a complete change of strategic approach by Fenway now. They're making massive net investment, and I think the question is why? My suspicion is two things. I think they look at the competitive position for the first time in many years, and they see a genuine opportunity to really dominate British football and even European football in a way that perhaps hasn't been true in the last few years, where they were happy to be an incredibly powerful competitor but not trying for market leadership. And the second element is something we've all heard about all summer, which are the financial rules. These rules are heaven made for a club like Liverpool.
How so?
They have the most superb sponsorship revenue in football. Just look at the names. Household brands around the edge of that pitch every week. They have massive levels of commercial turnover. They've redeveloped Anfield very successfully. It's packed every week. So their revenues are high. The rules favour a club like Liverpool with high revenues. And I think they're looking and sensing the mood may be changing about those financial rules. We're starting for the first time to hear many fans say, are these rules right that are preventing rich clubs from actually spending money? Clubs like Newcastle, clubs like Villa. My sense is Liverpool are making hay while the sun shines, going for it, really loading up on talent to put themselves in a position where they're virtually impregnable while everything is behind them. I think it's brilliant strategic management. It's terrifying from a football standpoint. Adding Gahey and Isak to that team, in my opinion, makes them nailed-on favourites, and other clubs should be fearful and respectful of the way they're running their club.
Merce, nailed-on favourites?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I would have thought so after yesterday as well. See, I always weigh it up with league type. You know, I thought advantage Arsenal when they went and won at Man United. Then all of a sudden they go and beat Newcastle and they've beaten Arsenal. You know, for me, and they haven't even got out second gear yet.
And they haven't played particularly well yet.
I was watching yesterday's game. I watched yesterday, and I'm like, I've never seen an Arsenal team so comfortable at Anfield, so comfortable, and they still lost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and what they are doing as well, you know, what Christian said as well, they're buying players to come into the team. And these are top players. You know, Mark Gahey, if you can get him for 30, 35 million, as I said before, in football terms, it's a cup of tea. For a cup of tea, for an international of that calibre.
Totally agree.
I think it'd be an unbelievable signing. I think with the signing of the window it would be for me. Yeah.
Are we looking then, Christian, at the start of perhaps a dynasty? At Liverpool, we saw Manchester United 90s, early 2000s. We've seen Manchester City and all their success in consecutive years. Is this the start, or rebirth, I should say, because they had a lot of success in the 80s, didn't they, of Liverpool and building something of consecutive success?
Well, I've been around too long to gamble on predictions of that nature, but what I'm saying is strategically, I think that is the prize they are aiming for. They sense that it feels, doesn't it, as though City are in a rebuilding process. Yeah. It feels like the most traditional rival, Manchester United, are miles away from really competing for the title. Arsenal seem to be this season the widely expected closest rival. I think they sense an opportunity to stretch out ahead. They're rewarding a manager whose first year was a phenomenal success. I mean, to follow on from Jurgen Klopp, most of us in the game thought that was as difficult as following on from Alex Ferguson. Nobody expected that to go as well as it did. So I think they're saying we've got a manager who could be here for a decade. We've got a team that's winning that we can make better, and they're investing capital, meaningful, large capital that they've never done before. So that's their goal.
Yeah, it really is. You heard it here first, Liverpool fans, nailed on favourites to retain your Premier League title.